Welcome to San Francisco and the public announcement and first showing of VMforce. We have a room full of people here today, and we've got a cloud full of thousands of guests joining us on the web today, and we want to make sure that they get the full story about what's going to be happening today. At last, the secret story behind the scenes of VMforce can be revealed. The Sidewalk Cafe meeting between Mark and Paul, the agreement that two companies with this much to share ought to be doing something together, the teaser website that resulted in a world full of speculation and suggestions for what our company should do, a week of careful filtering of the resulting tweet stream, and then 48 hours ago, the decision, yeah, we should build this, and you'll see that today. Except, of course, that I've been making up all of this. What you're going to see today is no mere demo, complete, beautifully realized vision of what it means to bring the power of a development community into the power of a cloud platform and really give that opportunity to developers all over the world to move up the abstraction ladder and get people into the cloud in a way that they've never been able to before. I'm joined for our pre-show webcast this morning insightful observers of this marketplace, and I'm really looking forward to the insights that they've been preparing after looking at the announcement earlier this morning. I'd like to introduce you now to Vinny Mirchandani, very well known to many out in the cloud as Deal Architect. Vinny, I know that you've had a chance to look at the announcement this morning and get some thoughts on this. Obviously, you've read the press release, but what do you want to see on stage today that's going to make this real?
You know, I mean, it's funny to see there's so many customers out there who can't even get past the starting line. And then there's others who want to get to 100% in the cloud. Well, clearly, 100% in the cloud isn't going to just come out of package applications. They're going to need a lot of development. So I'm looking forward to how this Java in the cloud is going to fit with those 100% plans.
Vinny, I know you have a book coming out in June, The New Polymath, and one of the things that you talk about in that book is the great challenges that we face, the fundamental problems of understanding our brains, understanding energy, understanding the planet. If I can go really big picture with you for a moment here, when I see a development platform that is so accessible and allows someone with an idea to turn that into an application and make that application available to the world, I would like to think that that means that more people will be able to contribute what they have to offer in a way that the world can use. Do you see any potential for that here?
Well, absolutely. First of all, Salesforce.com is in the book. The polymath is a concept of a Renaissance man, somebody who's good at many, many disciplines, right? Like Leonardo da Vinci. Okay. The reason I included Salesforce.com was 10 years ago, or even today, people have to buy software from one vendor, hosting from another vendor, application management from another vendor, development from another vendor. What Salesforce has done is bring a number of those disciplines together, and therefore it fits with the polymath concept. What this does, obviously, is now allow the Salesforce capability to be extended to the development community a lot more. So yes, it is A, reducing IT costs dramatically, B, one throat to choke has finally become a reality, and some of the other advantages of clouds, variabilizing IT spend and so on. So yeah, this is exciting.
That's great. Vinny, thank you very much for being with us today. We really appreciate having you here for our precast here. I think one of the great sayings about technology ever is Arthur Clarke when he said, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. But my favorite restatement of Clarke's third law is that any technology that is distinguishable from magic is insufficiently advanced. Makes sense when you think about it. And when you see the demo today, I think you're going to be struck by how many things that used to have very exposed moving parts, that used to be irrelevant complexity that developers had to accept as the price of getting the power of a new platform, really now have been properly encapsulated so that developers can simply think about what it is they want to do and where they want to deliver it. And to talk about the value creation that represents, I'm now joined by Michael Krigsman, who is a prolific blogger on the subject of IT and technology strategy and also runs Assure It. Michael, I know that I just saw you recently having a panel discussion in which you said getting the cost of IT down is kind of an overrated goal compared to getting the value creation of IT up. Is that a theme that you find needs to be reinforced with people?
Sure, it's very tempting to focus on cost reduction, but the real question becomes, if you want to develop a leadership position in your business or your industry, what kind of innovation are you going to present, and how are you going to take advantage of platforms and opportunities that go beyond simply reducing, your storage costs or your hardware costs? Reducing cost is obviously important, but it's not enough.
No one ever cost-cut their way to leadership, huh? Yeah. I asked Vinny, I'll ask you. You've had a chance to read the announcement, but what do you want to see made real for you here today?
What are the features? What's the offering? What are the specifics? How easy is it for developers to port their applications? And what do they get out of it when they do that?
Okay, it's a great agenda. Michael, thank you very much for being with us today. I am ready for the signal that we're ready to start with our live event, but as we get ready for that, I'm kind of reminded of a conversation that I had with Mitch Kapoor, who's known to many of you. Those of you with as much gray as I do will remember the 1-2-3 spreadsheet. He's done a lot of things since then. But at the Object-Oriented Programming Conference in San Diego in 1988, if you can remember back that far, we were talking at that time about the need for a different marketplace of IT, where bringing an application to market did not mean having to do all of the things that are necessary but that don't add competitive differentiation to the application. It's silly for someone whose expertise is risk analysis to be worrying about the text editing engine that's going to be in his application. And we agreed that should be an object that you can pull in from an object marketplace and make it part of what you're doing. So that all of your focus now can be on that. We've seen steady progress in this direction over more than 20 years. We've seen things like App Exchange, where now distinctive, specific expertise can essentially be snapped in to your Salesforce.com environment. But we've always been working our way along the ladder of getting more and more of the world's inventory of development skills applicable in that new platform. I'm really happy with the progress that we're going to be able to show you on that today. We're ready now to get underway with our live event, and so please join me on the stage.